In this video, I'm going to teach you this trick I've been doing since high school to make you from depressed to happy, or at least a little bit more, like more just by a little trick. And then wherever you go, you'll feel and appear more confident. You'll just look more powerful just because it's a little thing. And seriously, it will stretch so far and it will work so well that I think you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life. So you might be wondering, how is that possible? How can one little trick do so much for you? Well, it's this kind of this echo feedback loop. So you will affect other people, it will affect you. That's on half of it. The other one is just a psychology thing as well, but it's more internal. It's kind of how you see the world. So it's really, really simple. I want to tell you exactly what happened, how I learned it, and then show you a little bit more of the details of how to perform it well. So there's two parts of this trick. The first trick is when you're walking, just look above the horizon. Make sure your eyes are up. So most people when they walk, they're kind of like this, they gaze and so on, they're looking around. But it's like this. So that's generally how most people have their eyes. It's like below the horizon or at. This trick, I'm asking you to look above, just like up. Like look at the tree line. Look at the rooftops, look at the distance, the mountains, or, you know, what's happening over there. Usually things up above. And that is the key element. This is going to change everything. Once you start walking around and everything you're looking at is up and it's above the horizon, you know, steeples, chimneys, all of those things, you're going to start awakening your subconscious, your perspective. You're going to be like, oh, the world. You're not in your own head. You're not in this bubble of thought. You start expanding. It's really strange. You'll still have the same thoughts. You'll still be thinking the same things, but you'll be much more open to it. That is the first thing that you got to do. The next thing that you want to do is when you're walking, it's going to look like this. You just don't look at anybody in the eye. Now you can obviously take a look at people, or, you know, say hi, what's up. But if you don't feel like it, you just keep looking at those horizons up above, and it looks much more natural. And then if for any reason you are passing anybody, just keeping that straight to the horizon past everyone, and you look, say when I learned it, it was in high school, I would look at the back of the hallway. So everybody's walking by me, you look at the back of the hallway and you just stare. It's like you're on a mission and you're just staring way to the back. This also works for when you're presenting in front of a huge crowd. If you look at the back of the audience, it's going to feel like you're looking at every single person in the audience. They're going to think that you're looking right at them when you're just looking beyond them, like this. And this is kind of what your gaze would be. This is somebody in the seat. Yes, you'll glance at them, but your general perspective is towards the back of the room. And everyone below that is going to feel like they're slightly less than, so there's a little bit of a kick of a power move, but everybody in the auditorium or whatever is going to feel like you're talking right at them. Most people will kind of look around like this is like their default, say, you know, just meandering about, blah, blah, blah. And they just kind of see things like this. It's very much down. And what you want to do is you want to shift to up. So, you know, that's kind of how most people are. They'd be like, oh, look at the view, like whatever. But what you want to do is shift it. So let's say there's a chunk, you shift it so it's more up like this. So you end up kind of feeling like an openness. Your eyes are going to feel less heavy, like it's going to feel open in life. And I'm telling you, like this feeling like this feels when you're noticing things, you're going to see sunrise, whatever. But this feels, even compositionally, like photography, videography wise, this feels more open than this. This feels more closed. Never mind the exposure change, but like that is closing in because you don't have the space, and that's going to happen with your view. You'll be shocked at how powerful this is. So you get your general mood lifts from kind of depressed in your own world, closed down, to up. You can't help it. You're going to start changing your body language, your posture. Everything's going to open up quite significantly. And you'll be able to see things. You'll see birds, hawks. You'll see much more of a high-end view of the world. So once you get that and you have that confidence, then with the perspective of everybody else, where their eyes are looking, where yours are looking, it's going to feel more powerful. They're going to treat you more powerfully and more confident. Now, it's not a power move like that. Like, people are going to think that they're, less than you or anything, like maybe slightly. But if you do it too much, then you're just an arrogant prick. So don't do that. But looking beyond people is really powerful, and you still will see them at your peripheral. So when you see somebody, then when you glance over to them, it's like, oh, yes, you stuck out. I've changed my gaze. You're worthy. And that kind of result is really, it feels good to them, makes them seen, of course. So something like that really socially is really nice, as well as, again, with a presentation or anything like that. Next time you go for a walk, you will likely pass somebody, or if you're in school, try this, and you'll instantly feel more confident when you pass people. But by yourself, looking above the horizon is a real eye-opener, so to speak, and it really just changes your whole perspective. You will start noticing things that you never did before, and you'll start paying attention to things that otherwise would have slipped by because you're too focused down into every little thing. So, hope that helps. Cheers.